With the price of everyday goods rising sharply this year, putting over £100 on the average annual grocery bill,
we're back to show you how to save money on your food bills without compromising on taste.
We spend too much money on food because we're always on the hop.
We probably have takeaways 3 or 4 times a week.
Pizza for sure.
we'll be snooping round the nation's kitchens.
Gloves on? Oh, that's a shame.
Sack of potatoes here.
There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Cooking up some winter warmers that will save you money.
You got some minspiration.
These are very special potatoes. These were rescued from the bin.
I'll be investigating our spending habits to find out how we can all become savvier shoppers.
Let's talk about carrots. Probably go for those because they're fatter.
Just over twice the price. And as costly Christmas approaches, we put super cheap seasonal snacks to the taste test.
It's more than 4.5 times the price. What do you think?
I don't like it.
That's how you make carbonara sauce? That was like magic.
That is nice. That is really nice.
This is Save Money, Good Food. Meet the Hudson family from Rotherham. Dad Tim, Mum Michelle, 9-year-old Max, and not forgetting 5-year-old Darcy. They splash out on expensive brands and convenience food, believing it's healthier for their family.
If we were going to buy a steak, we would buy a fillet steak just because it's tender and we enjoy it.
Like all parents, they want the best for their children.
My favourite food is peas and toast. My favourite food is sausages.
And when Dad Tim cooks, he chooses the priciest cuts.
Do try and cook. I want it to taste nice at the end of it. So, well, I compensate with what I perceive as quality of ingredient.
I think Mummy and Daddy's food is really, really nice. Yeah, I do. Especially chicken.
Michelle and Tim have no idea how much they spend on food shopping each week. The average amount for a family of 4 is £83.60.
I'd hate to guess how much we spend on food a week.
It's got to be £100.
No, more than that.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually spend a whopping £186 every week on food and really want to save some money.
Well, we've said that we would like to take the kids to Florida when Darcy's a little bit older. Obviously, that's an expensive holiday, so it's going to take a few years to save up.
This family need convincing that expensive doesn't always mean tastier or healthier. So we'll be wowing them with mouth-watering, low-cost meals cooked from scratch. While the family are out, we can have a good snoop around their kitchen to learn more about how they could save money. And find ingredients that Matt will transform into a delicious meal to surprise them when they get home.
Oh, lovely kitchen.
Right. Good.
You ready to start snooping? Where do you want to start?
Should we find a bin? You ready?
Yes.
There you go. Posh takeaways. We got a sack of potatoes here. There's nothing wrong with those.
In the UK, we throw away almost 6 million potatoes every day. That's almost half of all potatoes bought.
Let's have a quick squiz in here.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Treat cupboard.
That's the chocolate box, isn't it?
There's enough of it going on. Ooh, should we help ourselves?
Oh, do you fancy a date? Oh, no,
Are
you're
they
married.
They're not dates. Oh.
Moving swiftly on to the fridge. Yeah, lots of these smoothies. Salmon.
Most popular fish?
Chicken. Okay.
Lettuce.
Yeah.
What can you do with lettuce when it's on the turn?
So this is starting to go now. So look, if you look at that, they might look at that and go, oh, that's going in the bin. But if you take a couple of these leaves off, because they're not going to revive at that stage, and then you're left with this underneath, and then, yeah, put that in some water, and it's suddenly going to go ping and sort of come back to life.
And you can do that with any leafy veg. So rather than waste the lettuce, Matt's first challenge is to transform it and other ingredients we found into a delicious meal.
Here we go, Matt. What are you going to cook?
So, okay, so we've got this lettuce which is going over, and I want to retrieve that before that ends up in the bin. We've got those potatoes, which we have to use. Maybe do something deeply old-fashioned with the cheese and the ham and the chicken and stuff it. There's loads and loads of frozen peas in there. We'd do a little French pea dish. So I'm going to make oven-baked rosti with ham and cheese stuffed chicken and peas à la française for less. OK, so we're going to do a little rosti, which is like a grated potato affair.
Complicated, no?
It's not complicated, no. It's a grater and potato, and that's it. Peel and grate the potatoes and onions and add into a mixing bowl.
Making this potato rosti from scratch only costs around 50 pence for a family of 4.
You could put this and make gravy out of it, actually. Not just out of that, but I'd throw that in a Sunday roast into the gravy, and that will help colour it. Melted butter. What?
You have fantastic control, I will give you that.
Swirling it all over your nice jumper. Add olive oil and mix together. Put it in a baking tray and into the oven. What I was going to suggest was that we take off these little fillets here. And that will go towards feeding the kids for another meal.
Buying pre-made stuffed chicken costs almost £2 per breast. These cost only £3.34 and feed the whole family.
It's chicken, whatchamacallit?
Parcel.
What do they call it? Supreme? No.
Cordon bleu.
Cordon bleu chicken.
Very old-fashioned.
Very traditional.
But very tasty.
Very popular.
Add some olive oil to a pan and leave to fry. When the chicken is browned on both sides, add it to the potato, and those delicious chicken juices will enhance the rosti flavour. Peas à la française, made with peas from the freezer, chicken stock and the old lettuce from the fridge. It costs only 72 pence. A shop-bought version would set you back around £2.
A meal for a family of 4 costing only £4.57. That's a saving of at least £3.50 versus the premium prepared version the family usually buy. The Hudsons are back.
You must be Max.
Yes, I am.
Hello.
Hello, Max. Matt.
Hello, I'm
All right, fella.
Susanna. It's lovely to meet you.
You're smiling, aren't you?
Are you hungry as well as smiley?
Time to tuck in.
Chicken there. Chicken cordon bleu, old school style, with roasted potato, and peas à la française.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like that. Do you want to tell them about these potatoes, Matt?
Well, these are very special potatoes. These were rescued from the bin.
Oh, nice.
So we ran through your bin, yeah, sorry, now you've eaten. But then we had a look at them and there was absolutely nothing wrong with them at all.
I won't put them in the bin anymore.
Tell us about ready meals. Are you fans?
There's a particular brand that I like.
Yeah,
They are.
but I think we know which it is as well.
What about you, Michelle? They're convenient, aren't they?
They are convenient, yes. But we don't tend to eat a lot of pre-packed meals apart from that particular one, but they are convenient, yeah.
But the family now need to digest their finances.
So your average spend on a family meal is £9.30. This meal...
Just over £4.50, you can create something substantial and something that the kids like, I think.
Do you want to know what the average family of 4 in the UK spends on food per week?
Yes, please.
£83.60 on average. How much do you think you spend weekly?
£100?
No, more than that, I think. About 150, I'd say.
Would it surprise you to know you're spending £186 every week on food?
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah, so we were looking through your fridge, your freezer, and we noticed one of your ready meals, quite a delicious looking curry. And there's also fish cakes in there, which I guess all the family like.
Yeah.
And both those things you could easily do yourself. I can show you either of those.
Fish cakes?
Fish cakes.
Fish cakes.
Fish cakes?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you like about fish cakes? The fish or the cake?
Both.
Let's see if Matt can convince them his fish cakes are better than their pre-made favourites. But first, we all love a sweet treat every now and again, as do the Hudsons with their chocolate stash. So with chocolate sales set to soar in the run-up to Christmas, can we save money? We've tracked down the 3 lowest cost milk chocolate bars on the market from Lidl, Asda and Aldi to see which you prefer in a blind taste test.
How are you doing?
Yeah, we're fine, thanks.
In the mood for a chocolate treat?
Yes, I think I'm a bit of a chocoholic, actually.
The winner will then go head-to-head against the market leader Cadbury's Dairy Milk to see just how it matches up.
Give A a try.
Yeah, creamy.
It's really good.
Each of the chocolate bars cost the same amount, 30 pence per 100 grams, so it's all about the taste.
Here we go, here's B. So tell me what you think.
A was not as sweet as this one, it was more rich.
So which of our bargain bars is the biggest hit with our punters?
Out of A, B and C, which one was your favourite?
I like C, yeah, very nice.
I think I'd pick C as my favourite.
A because it's not as sweet as the other two.
So C is from Aldi.
Oh.
Do you just like them all because they're chocolate?
Yeah, kind of.
Nearly 2/3 of our taste testers preferred the chocolate from Aldi. But it's not over yet, as still to come is the big test. How will our super cheap winner fare against the market-leading super brand, Cadbury Dairy Milk? Earlier, shoppers crowned Aldi king of the budget milk chocolate.
This is my favourite by a long way.
But how will it fare against the market leader, Cadbury?
You give that a little taste.
At £1.36 for 100 grams, it's more than 4 times the price of Aldi's.
How does that taste? Yeah? You like it?
It's really yummy and chocolatey.
Surprisingly, Aldi's actually has more cocoa, with 27% minimum compared to Dairy Milk's minimum 20%.
A lot of cocoa and I love it.
I prefer the second one. It feels better for me.
I don't like that one. It's a bit gritty.
Just over half of our tasters, 56%, preferred the more expensive Cadbury's chocolate. But did knowing the price change anything?
Cadbury's Dairy Milk, which you preferred, is more than 4.5 times the price of the Aldi one.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'll change my view. I'll go for the first one. They're similar tasting chocolates, so I'll go for the cheaper one.
All of the testers who chose Cadbury changed their mind when told the price. So it could be worth trying a budget alternative. Back in Rotherham, and this time, Matt, we're taking it up a notch. You need to spoil our family with a dessert as well as a main and keep those costs low.
Well, they normally buy expensive pre-made fish cakes, so I'm enlisting the help of Mum Michelle and little Max to hopefully blow them away with my cheaper homemade version. So we're going to do a pretty sort of straightforward but delicious fish cake. We're going to use some tinned salmon for this. Obviously tuna would be a good alternative.
Tinned salmon, much cheaper than fresh salmon, just as nutritious.
It's a good swap for the fresh fish they usually buy at £7.
And the topping, this is a little bit unusual. So usually use breadcrumbs, but we're going to use this rice cereal. Right, do you want to have a go at smashing those up for me?
Okay.
Okay, so put those in that bag there. Hold that end and then just smash them up. That's it.
This is a great alternative to buying breadcrumbs that can cost over £1 a tub.
Okay, so a lot of fish going here. Okay, do you want to put the potato in?
Yep.
Go for it.
Premium salmon fish cakes can cost up to £2 each, but these will come in at less than half that.
So get a good old handful of that, divide that into 4. Mould the fish cakes, dip in flour, egg, and finally cereal that Max crushed earlier. Okay.
So are those crumbs the outer layer of the fish cake?
Yes. All right, so let's put those in and then we'll get on with the rest of it. For a cheap side dish, I'm crushing some butter into seasoned peas, a good use of all the frozen ones that Michelle already has in the freezer. Homemade fish cakes and crushed peas. For £3.82, that's just 95 pence per head.
We know the family love chocolate and spend up to £6 per meal on individual pots of a premium chocolate dessert. But hopefully Matt can convince them that this cheeky, cheap alternative made from scratch will taste just as good. Over to Dad, who's got a sweet tooth for the self-saucing chocolate pudding.
So this is kind of a molten chocolate pudding.
Okay.
Right, we're going to cook it in here. It's going to look a bit of a mess when it goes in the oven.
Right.
It's going to come out a beautiful thing. Okay? Right.
I normally do it the other way around.
Self-raising flour, sugar and cocoa powder all go into a bowl. Add milk and butter, pour into the serving dish, add a pint of boiling water, and that's it.
This is the most unusual way of making a pudding I've ever seen.
Stick with me. That's it. Doesn't look fantastic at the moment, but I promise you that is going to taste delicious.
That's chocolate pudding at less than 30 pence per head.
Time to get the team back to try everything.
Like that?
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Something you could have a go at?
Definitely have a go.
Well?
Yeah.
Well, that lot came to just over £5.
Right.
So £1.25 a head.
Your average meal spend is £9.30. So this is a saving of £4.28 on what you'd normally spend on a meal.
Gosh, per day. Yeah. Wow.
What do you think?
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm back in heaven.
That is a serious chocolate fix. Definitely have
Bit of a hit?
Big hit.
a big hit.
A lot of a hit.
So, while Matt's running a masterclass in money-saving meals, my challenge is to see if the family can save on all the big brand kids' smoothies and yoghurts they buy.
We spend £1.6 billion a year on yoghurts and smoothies, and we love to feed them to our kids.
It's a healthy way for parents to ensure their children have fruit in their diet. I'm meeting a group of mums in South London to find out what matters to them when they shop for healthy snacks.
Let's talk smoothies and yoghurts. Big fans in your family?
Yeah, we buy those.
Do you think of them as health foods for the children?
I mean, my son won't have citrus fruits, but he'll drink an orange smoothie.
And when it comes to yoghurts, which ones do your children prefer?
They tend to prefer petit filou and the froops as well. Price is important to me, so I do try and obviously get the cheapest family shop every week that I can, but they're keen on the brands, really.
There's a huge difference in price between own brand yoghurts and premium brands. But are our children actually getting better nutrition if we spend more? Claire Baisley is a nutritionist.
Popular brand Petit Filou, £1.50 for 6. Tesco and Sainsbury's, 6 yoghurts are 50 pence. Is there any nutritional reason not to make the swap to a cheaper version?
There really isn't. Per pot, the difference in sugar would be 0.2 grams, which is insignificant.
But what about smoothies? A Save Money Good Food survey has revealed that many of us don't know if branded smoothies are healthier than supermarket own ranges.
The brand leader is £3 for 750 mils, whereas Tesco and Sainsbury's £1.50 for a litre.
With the supermarket versions, they are not that different nutritionally from the large bottles of the brand leader. The biggest differences is actually between flavours. There really isn't a huge difference. Bananas will have more sugar in naturally than apples or strawberries.
So according to Claire, there's no additional nutritional value in paying more for the brands, and making that switch would save the Hudsons £1 a day.
So if you made up a fruit yoghurt with natural yoghurt and frozen fruit, you'd be saving £1.14 versus the brand.
And what about in the case of make your own smoothies?
You'd be saving £1.90 versus the big brand.
We've had a go, and on price, they're certainly the best. But it all comes down to taste.
Who wants a smoothie? Smoothie! Let's talk to our smoothie taste testers.
I really like the smoothie. I think and I like the fact that it's frothy. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
It has little bits of it in, and I don't really like little bits of it in.
What about you?
Oh, I really enjoyed it, thank you.
Yes! Well, the kids definitely need more convincing when it comes to switching to homemade versions. But if they swapped big brands for the supermarket alternatives, that would cost them less than half the price.
Back in Rotherham, we're helping the Hudsons save money by showing them cheaper alternatives to the most expensive items in their supermarket trolley. Now for Matt's toughest challenge yet, saving money on their big weekly treat. Fillet steak is this family's favourite, and on Saturday nights they spend £24 on a blowout meal.
Why do you choose fillet steak when it's so pricey?
But it's all about the flavour, really.
Your fillet steak is around £30 a kilo at the moment. How much does the skirt steak cost?
This is around £6.90 a kilo, so considerably cheaper.
They could save around £20 a week if they like this cheaper cut. Everyone is going to help make this meat feast of skirt steak with potato and beetroot gratin, freshly made Yorkshire puddings and carrots.
Okay, on to the steak. Now, Tim, this is your department, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're going to cook this? Let it go. Okay, so...
Season and add oil.
You want to rub a bit of oil over it?
Yeah.
Go on in. Rub that all over.
Pan fry and set aside to rest.
The Hudson's freezer is filled with big brand Yorkshire puddings that cost over £1.50 for 12.
These massive, tasty homemade Yorkshires cost just 22 pence.
Have you made Yorkshire puddings before?
No.
What do you think about actually whipping them up yourself? What do you think, Max?
I think it sounds really fun.
Can you do them cheaply? More
So
cheaply than the frozen variety?
Yeah, absolutely. Flour, eggs, milk, that's it. No fuss.
Darcy's got this.
Quicker, that's it. Right, brilliant. Right, mix eggs.
Simple.
Okay, give it a good old smash around.
So Yorkshire pudding batter is exactly the same as pancake batter.
Yes, exactly.
So if you've got anything left over...
Put some sugar in it. Make pancakes.
And finally, the gratin. Another great use of family favourites, leftover potatoes. Season and add stock and bake.
An impressive steak feast with 3 veg for just £1.30, 3 per head.
Oh, wow.
Verdict time.
Ta-da! Well done.
So you'd normally go for quite a pricey fillet steak.
Yep.
Do you want to have a taste of this skirt steak and see how it compares?
Yep. I'm surprised how tender the steak
Really?
seems, yeah.
And what about the flavour of it? Do you think it's got a good flavour?
It's really nice, yeah.
So that whole piece of meat was £3.45.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a big difference. So everything together, your vegetables, your gravy, your meat, £5.32. Now that's a considerable saving on your regular steak dinners.
It's fantastic value.
Huge saving.
If you were to cook the Save Money Good Food way, you could save yourself £1,963 over the course of a year. That would take you a long way towards getting to Florida, wouldn't it?
A lot quicker, definitely.
Yeah, a long way there.
Yes.
Well done, Matt.
Pleasure.
Another bit of steak?
It's good, isn't it?
Bit of shame for it to go to waste.
It's not going to waste.
Tonight we're doing the fish cakes, so we're just starting to plan ahead more, not throw as much food away, and it's also give us good inspiration of new recipes.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll save money to go to Florida.
Yeah,
New plan, Yorkshire pudding.